This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
And then tomorrow night, I'm gonna do Black Ops 4 Blackout. That's right. In honor of Independence Day, we're gonna do some Battle Royale. Interactive Battle Royale, because as you know, when I play Blackout, it's very interactive where I talk with you guys and we have a good time together. Alright, so that's gonna be a fun stream tomorrow night. And you might be saying, well, wait a minute, why is Phil gonna be doing Blackout? I thought that the chill streams were on hiatus. Well, they were, but after doing new release content for a straight week, last night I said, man, I think I'm gonna break it up with a chill stream of Minecraft. I think people would really like that because they're missing the more interactive stuff. Last night's Minecraft stream not only was one of the most fun streams I've done in ages, okay, ended up being one of the most interactive, fun streams. Everything was great. Contributions were high.
That's awesome stuff. I can't wait. I'm having so much fun now. Really, seriously, and I cannot wait for more. This is cool because I'm getting that positive vibe that I had for most of 2017. I'm getting it back now. But now, I'm getting that groove back, getting that vibe back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too.
And everyone was like, damn, I wish Phil would just do more interactive streams and not really focus on the new releases as much. And I said, fair enough. If this is what you guys want, I'll give you what you want, okay? I'm okay with that. As long as you guys are okay with the new releases taking longer to be covered, I will do more interactive streams at night, okay? So that's why I said, screw it, let's do Black Ops 4 Blackout tomorrow night for Independence Day, rather than focus on a new release.
Anything for this, right?
The viewers' choice polling is in effect. People are voting, and I wanted to give you guys a brief update. Right now, some of the games that are in the lead of the polls, games such as Knights of the Old Republic, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Super Mario 64, I think those are the 4 frontrunners. I think SpongeBob was in there as well. Right now, in the lead is Super Mario 64, but I need to urge this to everyone. People are like, oh man, this game's in the lead, it's just going to win. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to win. Remember that this is an open poll. Anyone can vote. You go to thekingofhate.com, which is my website. You go to the forums. You go to the general section of the forums, okay? And you go right to the thread, and you vote on the games you want to see be the viewer's choice playthrough. Anyone can do this, and this whole thing can be flipped on its head. It can be, alright? Keep in mind the poll is not closing soon. It's going to be at least till this next weekend, alright? If not, the weekend after. I may have it open for 2 weeks. I'm not sure yet. So, please, if you have not yet, go check it out. Yes, you can vote on multiple games. It's multiple choice. So let's say, oh, out of these 12 games, I want to see Phil play 4 of them. You can vote for the 4 that you want, alright? So please do so. Alright, and let's see what happens. Right now, like I said, Mario 64 is in the lead, but not by much. And, you know, many other games could overtake it.
There's people that slowly became toxic.
Nihilistic wish list. Don't know why his name is Nihilistic wish list, but he cheered and said, are you still taking suggestions for the July sub goal? If so, I have a suggestion for an event that I don't think you've done before. Maybe you could do a retro stream where you point the camera at your TV, use your camera's built-in mic, and play a game from 2008 to 2013 before you started direct capture. Maybe even record the episodes in 10-minute chunks for added authenticity. It could be a cool nostalgia stream and a throwback to your roots. It's an interesting suggestion. However, there's a few reasons why, sadly, I can't do it.
Laziness. I'm very sedentary in my lifestyle. I don't move a lot, being honest. I sit here on the couch streaming all day long most days.
And allow me to explain. First of all, if you're wondering what this person is referencing, this is how I used to record. I used to, before I went direct capture in 2013, I used to have a digital camera that I would set up on a tripod in front of me. For some years, I put it on a table that used to be in front of me when I lived in Connecticut. And then I started using a more professional tripod setup. And, you know, I did that for a good 5 years. That's how I recorded my gameplay and spread it until I went direct capture. All right? And, of course, when I went direct capture, oh, my God, the visual quality, the audio quality, everything just went up tremendously. And, you know, I haven't changed since then. I'm always going to be doing direct capture in the future, okay? So, ever since I used to do that, you know, there's people who used to watch my stuff back in the day, and let's face it, those videos are archived forever on YouTube. You could watch all my old school stuff that I used to do with the camera right now. It's all live, right? So people have seen this over the years, like, man, that would be a cool nostalgic throwback if Phil were to do a playthrough with his old camera, you know, as kind of like an Easter egg kind of a deal, all right? So it's an interesting suggestion, but sadly, there's a few reasons why I can't really make this work, and I'll explain. I don't want to just shoot this down and say no, I'm not interested. The truth of the matter is, I actually probably would be interested in doing it, just for the fact that I haven't done it in a million years. And there's so many. You guys don't even understand how many factors came into play when I used to do it. Every time the brightness changed in a game, I had to sit there at the exposure and gamma settings of the camera and fuck with them. So I was on the fly, constantly adjusting brightness and everything every time I played a game. It was pretty frustrating, but at the same time, it was fun as hell to do because no one else was doing it. All right. But here's a few reasons why, sadly, I can't do it. And these are very matter-of-fact reasons, okay? Number one, because now I'm an interactive live streamer. So if I were to do the camera setup, okay, and record with the camera, I would also have to maintain a live stream because people are going to want to watch live. I can't just skip live streaming and not work for the day because I'm doing a throwback playthrough with the camera, all right? You have to understand, guys, as I explained already on this pre-stream, the vast majority of my contributions come through via streaming. I need to stream every day to pay my bills. I can't just say, oh, I'm not going to stream for 2 days because I'm going to use the camera and record offline. It would never work, all right?
Being very honest with you, I think the better thing or the more reasonable thing to do would be like, tip me some money. I can't wait for the money.
So in that regard, I would have to find a way to stream while I'm recording, which basically what I could do is do double duty. I would have to basically be doing a stream with my current capture setup while also recording with the camera. That's a tall order. Quite frankly, I think that it would end up being so demanding that I wouldn't even be able to focus on the game.
Ultimate laziness.
And I probably also wouldn't be able to really put off an entertaining live stream because I'd be so focused on the camera itself that it wouldn't work. All right, that's just number one, being matter of fact. Number two, okay, I don't think my camera works anymore. My camera that I used to use for doing all this kind of stuff was a camera that I basically ran into the ground. I used this camera, if I remember correctly, originally I started using that particular camera in either 2010 or 2011, and I used it every day for 8+ hours a day. And if I remember, at the very end time when I basically was going direct capture, that camera was having all kinds of issues. The batteries weren't working properly in it anymore. The battery door was falling off. Like, basically, I couldn't even keep the camera closed in order to make it work properly. It was like opening and the batteries were falling out. And it was basically having a ton of issues. I was like, damn, you know, incidentally, one of the reasons why I did adopt direct capture when I did was because I didn't want to go out and buy another digital camera. Do you want to play the fucking game?
Smash Me tipped me $1. He says, here's some advice. Stop talking. Get on with the fucking game.
To replace that one, when I probably could just go direct capture and improve the quality of my stuff for about the same cost. You see what I mean? Instead of going out and buying a $400 digital camera, I went out and bought a capture device and a bunch of, you know, other stuff, and it allowed me to basically go up to the quality level that people wanted. So, for me to even do this, alright, what I would have to do is fish out the camera. It's in a closet somewhere in the house, fuck around with all the components, and see if I can even get the camera to work, which very well it might not. The camera's been unused for many years now. So, in reality, is it an interesting idea? A throwback to the old school style? Absolutely. And I think there's a nostalgia factor there that some people might like that. Of course, anyone who's watched me from 2014 on, probably wouldn't give a shit. You know, anyone who hasn't watched the old school stuff probably wouldn't care and be like, why does this look so terrible? Why is the brightness off? Why are the volume levels terrible? You know what I mean? It's just not very viable. It would be a what-if scenario if I could even make it work, and if I did, then it would end up be doing, like, trying to juggle a stream with the camera. It's just not going to work. Ideally, the reason that worked back in the day is because I didn't live stream. I could focus on the camera, adjusting the brightness, splitting the parts every 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, there was a time when that made sense and it worked perfectly. Sadly, in 2019, those times are over 5 to 6 years outdated, and I don't think that it would work, all right? So I appreciate your suggestion. I understand why you suggested it. Sadly, I just don't think it would be viable in the modern era, okay?
Oh, yeah, I can tell you right now, the hard means horse. So it's probably some kind of an insult about my wife or something stupid, I'm sure.
Last Rambo cheered 50 bits. and says, should we not be worried about inflated votes for the viewer's choice because of alternate accounts? No, you shouldn't. Because unlike when people vote on things like a straw poll, alright, in order to actually have an account on my website, you have to register and go through these hoops to do it. Could someone potentially sit there all day and create a ton of clone accounts? Yes, but it's very time consuming, and I wouldn't count on someone doing it. In addition to that, the other thing is, if you take a look at the voting, alright, it's not like someone who makes 5 to 10 clone accounts is going to really throw the voting. We've got a lot of people. I think the top game right now has 40 votes, and the voting's only been open for 2 days, not even. So I definitely predict that by the end of the week, coming by, we're going to have tons of votes in there. So just someone sitting there making a few clone accounts isn't really enough to skew the voting regardless.
And in addition to all of that, I do have the capability to look at IP addresses
of accounts, and if I find an account that's like the same IP for 10 accounts, I will just negate those votes, alright? And I haven't found that yet, luckily. So, we'll see how things go here, but so far, no problems. Okay?
Remember the meme? I know what I'm doing.
Minori01 tipped me $5 and says, is it possible to add the chat to your YouTube videos? Wish you a good stream. Now, I believe what Minori01 is referencing would be to add the stream chat to the videos so that when you're watching on YouTube, you can see what people are saying in the stream chat. The answer there, Minoria1, is no. Let me explain why I don't want to do that, alright? The reason why I don't have comments on my YouTube videos for the last 2 years is because, sadly, there is a very disgusting, toxic, negative element of people who follow me around the internet and try to make my life miserable. They found a way to make disgusting, drama-filled, toxic content on YouTube become popular by basically leaving negative comments on my videos. And then what people would do is read the negative comments, and they would be ridiculous, over-the-top, really gross stuff. And they would make videos based just on the comments. Like, wow, look at the toxic viewers of Phil's content making fun of him. And this became a big drama thing for years. Like, for years, this would be the content of people's nasty videos on YouTube. And it became a thing. It became a meme to come to my content and say nasty stuff to get noticed on the internet. Like, people would purposely say, what's the most insanely over-the-top, ridiculous, disgusting, toxic thing I could say on Phil's video to get noticed in one of these other videos on YouTube today, okay? So, essentially, I said, I'm not going to play that game anymore, and I turned off comments on my YouTube videos, and all of that went away.
I don't know how to cure this problem with my eyeballs.
It did. Like, people can't do that anymore, alright? So, that's a good thing. That's a very positive thing. It got so bad that my actual viewers and fans asked me to do it, by the way. So people were like, you know, Phil, that negatively hurt you. I mean, I'm sure in some ways it did, but when my longtime viewers who were there to positively view the content are telling me to turn off the comments because it's so disgusting, I listen. So I did. Okay? So, moving along to your question about having the Twitch chat in my videos on YouTube, okay? Essentially, what would happen is if I started having the Twitch chat on my videos on YouTube, it would be 2 things. Number 1, I firmly believe it would take away from the quality of the gameplay.
I was never Phil the walkthrough master, Phil the tutorial guru. I'm forewarning all of you, if you're expecting greatness and great gameplay, you're not going to get it.
Alright? I'm not a guy, even though, yes, I do interactive streams, and the interaction with my stream is very important, I do feel that having a running chat on the screen would be very distracting to the gameplay and take away a large portion of the gameplay screen, to the point where I think it would be a bigger detriment than a positive when it comes to the gameplay quality, alright? That's number 1. Number 2, what would end up happening is, I would reopen Pandora's box. Because the bottom line is, since I closed the comments on YouTube, that whole Pandora's box of having people purposely act up like an asshole or an idiot to get noticed went away. But now imagine, now I got the chat on the videos, oh, I can just go into Phil's chat and say something absolutely ridiculously over the top, and yeah, I'll probably get moderated and banned for it, but I can get it on his stream for a minute, and that'll be in the video forever on YouTube. Yeah, I'll be immortalized. And then people can make videos about, look at the ridiculous things in Phil's chat on YouTube. Ha ha ha. You see what I mean? So, it would basically just completely redo the entire issue again. No, I'm not doing that. I refuse to have that shit come back. I got rid of that toxic content on purpose a long time ago. By no means do I want it to come back ever. Alright? So, there you go.
Alright, I guess I have to, look for a full-time job, although I know it's going to be ridiculously hard because I have kept my eye on the job market, and there's no jobs in my job sector available. A lot of people have said, why don't you get a part-time job? Okay, you're crazy, alright? $9 an hour is nowhere near enough money to support me. Someone said, gee, why don't you get food stamps? Because food stamps don't pay your mortgage, okay? So let's stop being silly and stop, oh, people are just, again, it's what it is just jealousy that people are jealous of them trying to make this work as a full-time job, and they're just trying to hate. They don't understand. Either they're not in my position where they're not an adult who's looking for a job in America right now, or they're just trying to be haters and trolls, okay?
Italian Frog cheered and said, could you use your webcam for that retro stream? No. No, I couldn't. And here's why. The webcam is very low quality. The webcam is incredibly pixelated. If I record a TV with the webcam, it would look like shit. It would actually look worse than like 480p. The webcam is not a good webcam. It's a tiny little lens versus the camera that I used to use to record, the videos for YouTube had a giant lens with tons of adjustments and things on it that made the visual quality quite good. The webcam I have is a piece of crap and would not be good whatsoever for that.
Grayside Will cheered. He says, have you checked out the new album, Carried Diamond? These are all detractor memes, by the way. People think I'm stupid or something. I know what it is. I don't think it's me. That's a reference to another streamer, because I've never been carried to diamond status in any game.
But, thanks for nothing.
Support the stream. Send me a tip. Go pledge to my Patreon. Do something like that. You know what I mean?
Pepsi cures PND. Pepsi apparently cures post-nasal drip. Sure it does. And he basically insulted me. So thank you very much for the insult, but the dollar tip is much appreciated as well. So thank you for that insult and the dollar tip.
Lol.
In the Jangles cheered and says, does Phil not realize that nostalgia stream is supposed to look shitty and that's part of the charm? Yes, but you understand something. There's the shitty and then there's completely unwatchable. My old camera footage was shitty, right? But it wasn't unwatchable. You could still make out what was going on in the game. The audio quality had a unique factor to it. If I used my webcam to record, it would just look awful. And the webcam also has a built-in microphone that's terrible quality. So it would be in essence, to record with my webcam would actually be worse than what I recorded from 2008 to 2013. It would actually be worse. So, Pissing Demon, I'm just curious, like, why are you being an asshole? Why did you try to mislead me with information that was completely false on the pre-stream? I'm just curious, because you're a year subscriber, yet you blatantly said that you can't get something on the wish list when I know you can. So why are you being a dick? I seriously want an answer, because, like, that's not cool to try to spread misinformation and fool me. That's messed up.
Great. And you can't even make a mistake. If you make one mistake, this is normal difficulty. Make one mistake, you can't win the race. Fucking gay. It's so bad. It's so badly made. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a scammer. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.